gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and...
Here we go again. Your go-to data nerd is back. Today, it's all about camera performance across 4 phones. But wait, quick context first. The Huawei and Xiaomi models, they've been around, so their image processing is already polished. Vivo launched earlier than Oppo and's had 4 updates, so it's refined too. Oppo, though, brand new, just launched. Only a few people have tried it. There's already a camera update, but more are coming. We'll revisit it later for a proper retest. Now, look at these 4. Which one grabs you? Let's call them 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop your pick below. Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from Techie Street. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content. Me, I'm loving the Oppo design. It feels clean, premium, just right. That hexagonal camera, super unique. Add the textured sides and orange accents, it screams flagship. The white one's fine, but the orange, you'll either love it or hate it. Here's something cool. Oppo and Vivo displays are almost twins. Same 2K resolution, 144Hz refresh rate, slim bezels. Honestly, both look fantastic. Now, size and weight. Oppo's camera bump is 15.3 millimeters, body 9.2 millimeters. Vivo's bump is thicker at 16.7 millimeters, but the body is slimmer at 8.4 millimeters. Xiaomi sits around 15 millimeters and 9.1 millimeters. Huawei's lens is 14.1 millimeters. Weight? Vivo around 243 grams, Oppo around 239 grams, Xiaomi around 240 grams, Huawei around 216 grams. Oppo feels like the sweet spot. Light, balanced, comfortable. Alright, cameras. The Oppo Find X9 Ultra steps up with 10x optical zoom plus 3x, upgraded ultra-wide, and a massive 200 megapixel main sensor, similar to Vivo, but Vivo uses 35 millimeters, Oppo sticks to 23 millimeters. Daylight ultra-wide shots? Oppo and Huawei show better dynamic range. Vivo and Xiaomi are solid too. For sharpness, Vivo and Xiaomi lead. Huawei lags a bit. Oppo looks sharp, but zoom in, there's some noise. Still, details hold up thanks to sharpening. In one shot, Vivo beats Xiaomi slightly. Oppo stays crisp. Huawei trails again. Main camera now. Vivo's 35mm helps it capture the most detail. Xiaomi's 1-inch sensor? Not a big win here. It's actually behind Oppo. Oppo sharpens more, while Huawei and Xiaomi feel similar. Another scene? Vivo still leads. Oppo second. Huawei edges Xiaomi. Xiaomi doesn't stand out. Telephoto time. Vivo brings strong contrast and great detail in its range. Huawei surprises with good colors in tricky lighting. Vivo looks a bit waste at times, but detail is still strong. Xiaomi follows close. Oppo is slightly behind here. Mid-range zoom? Vivo looks a bit waste but keeps detail. Xiaomi does better. Huawei detailed but slightly overexposed. Oppo struggles more here. Another shot? Vivo's still on top, though highlights blow out. Oppo improves and gets close. Xiaomi and Huawei look softer. At 10x zoom, Oppo's optical zoom gives it a slight edge, but not huge. Overall, they're pretty close. Color-wise, Vivo nails reds and blues best. Oppo follows. Xiaomi and Huawei shift blues toward purple. For yellows, Oppo is most accurate. Xiaomi leans red. Huawei and Vivo look a bit faded. Push to 30x, and now Oppo clearly wins. The difference is obvious. Text is sharper, details pop more. Another shot? Same story. Oppo leads, others fall behind, especially Huawei. Now, night shots. Ultra-wide first. Vivo and Oppo make warm lights look too white. Xiaomi gets the colors right. Huawei shows a slight green tint. Detail? Vivo wins thanks to its sensor. Oppo comes close. Xiaomi and Huawei look softer, especially in darker areas. Another night scene? Vivo and Huawei handle lighting better. Vivo still leads in detail. Oppo does well too, ahead of Xiaomi and Huawei. In very dark scenes, all four struggle with color. It's tough conditions, no clear winner here. Let's zoom in. This is where things get interesting. For center detail, Vivo clearly leads. That 35mm focal length, super sharp. Xiaomi, even with a bigger sensor, doesn't gain much and actually falls behind Oppo. Still, in this scene, all four are pretty close. Dig deeper, Xiaomi still isn't as crisp as Oppo. Vivo stays ahead, though reds shift slightly yellow. Huawei, surprisingly solid here. Now, telephoto. Things tighten up. Vivo again leads in detail. Oppo follows. Xiaomi close behind. Huawei trails. But switch Xiaomi to 4.3x and boom, clarity jumps. Huawei nails color here, while others look washed. Bright areas? Xiaomi wins. Vivo and Oppo focus similarly. Huawei adds some color flair. Vegetation shots, Vivo captures the finest detail. Oppo controls noise better. Xiaomi and Huawei look a bit smudged. Mid-range zoom, Vivo's still on top. Oppo looks smeared, Xiaomi slightly blurry. Huawei struggles with focus. Vivo does wash colors under warm light, but still keeps the best detail. Push Xiaomi to 6x or 8x, detail improves, especially text. Oppo's 6x, not fully ready yet, needs updates. Now, 10x zoom. This is Oppo's moment. Its periscope lens clearly wins in detail, no debate. But here's the catch. In low light, it often drops to 3x. That hurts. In those scenes, it falls behind Vivo and Xiaomi, only slightly beating Huawei. Even with bright signs, Oppo struggles to trigger 10x. But here's something weird. After switching lenses a few times, I got sharper shots using 3x. Night mode was super quick too. There's an adaptive zoom setting, but it doesn't fix it. The phone still decides for you. Honestly, Oppo should let users force 10x, because when it works, it's amazing. Xiaomi also does well here. Vivo pushes a bit too far. Light signs next. Vivo stands out. It captures both the sign and surroundings. Others struggle. For red signs, Vivo and Oppo are most accurate. Xiaomi leans magenta, Huawei shifts orange-red. At 30x, Oppo relies more on AI than optics. And here's a twist. Xiaomi actually looks most realistic, especially on text. For far signs though, all four are just average. Portraits now. Vivo, Xiaomi, and Oppo are close. Huawei brightens skin too much and slips on hair edges. The others do better. Xiaomi leads, then Oppo, then Vivo. For nearby light signs, Vivo again nails color. Huawei accurate but adds a dark edge. Xiaomi shifts red, Oppo leans yellow. Xiaomi also handles hair cutouts best. The others are good too. Color test. Oppo looks closest to real life. Vivo is too bright. Xiaomi and Huawei slightly dark. For reds, Xiaomi wins. Vivo leans magenta. Oppo oversaturates. Huawei looks darker. 3-character shot? Oppo wins again. Pure blue lighting? Huawei leads. Xiaomi is good but a bit dark. Vivo and Oppo show a greenish tint. Warm light? Huawei leads. Oppo next. Xiaomi too dark. Vivo too bright. Mixed lighting? Huawei still most balanced. Xiaomi and Oppo are solid. Vivo shows a slight green shift. Telephoto close-ups? Huawei takes it. Vivo right behind. Its zoom range and focus help a lot. Xiaomi and Oppo are similar here. For detail, Vivo, Xiaomi, and Huawei are strong. Oppo is just a step behind. So, what's the verdict? Even without video testing, by the way, this footage is shot on the Oppo Find X9 Ultra at 4K 60 FPS. The software still isn't fully polished. There are inconsistencies, especially between 3x and 6x. But when that 10x kicks in, Oppo shines, way sharper than the rest. Problem is, it often doesn't activate in low light. That's a big limitation. This reminds me of the older Oppo Find X8 Ultra, same issue with zoom not triggering properly. Since there's already an adaptive setting, Oppo really should let users control it fully. Also, keep in mind, the Oppo Find X9 Ultra isn't officially out yet. This is a pre-order unit. More updates are coming, so we'll do a full retest soon. That's it for now. A deeper comparison is coming. Video, streaming, photos, portraits, selfies, everything. If you don't want to miss it, hit subscribe. See you at the next one.